Hi, Top Dog Eileen Proctor back with you again on VLP TV. That's Villa La PAWS Cage-Free Pet Resort and Spa, sniffing out the staff. And look who I found. It is the manager at Villa La PAWS on Bell, Chris Irons. Chris, how are you?
Doing well, Eileen.
Good, nice to see you.
Good to see you too.
So, what's going on at Bell these days? Lots of fun stuff, huh?
Always.
Always. And that's because you make sure it happens.
I try.
You started out at Villa La PAWS how many years ago?
Almost 5 years ago, and I believe it'll be 5 years in August.
Time sure flies. And
you're not kidding.
You're the manager now, but where did you start out?
I started out actually as one of your counselors for It's a Rough Life Doggy Daycare. I loved the place, I loved the job, I stuck with it, and here I am.
There you are. And you know, as is in keeping with Tom, the owner Tom's mission is to promote from within. You made it from counselor to assistant manager to manager, and every time that something happens, he'll bop you back and forth because you are Mr. Put me in, coach, I'll do whatever you ask, right?
Yeah, it's the sort of job where you have to be the Johnny on the spot, but that's okay. I'm very comfortable with that role.
Right, and you're very calm too. I mean, a lot of people that work with dogs, they twitch a little bit, but you seem to just kind of have it under control.
I've only been at it for a few years, relatively speaking, but yeah, I've always had that kind of calm disposition. It helps you sort through the more interesting situations and then deal with them in an effective manner.
Yeah, it makes the dogs feel more comfortable too.
Absolutely.
Yeah, but I know you've been here for 5 years, but before then, you worked with animals before that, didn't you?
I did. I worked at the Arizona Humane Society for close to 2 years. I did a little bit of everything there, from walking the kids and cleaning up after them and just spending spare time with them, to working with the warehouse staff and also in animal rescue.
So Johnny on the spot there too. Put me in,
much.
coach. I mean, that's the mantra of this man. Is put me in, do what I have to do to make sure the animals are well taken care of. And you're equally good with the staff. And I've noticed that they just have a natural respect for you. You have a way of being able to get them to perform at their best. What's your secret?
Well, the way I look at it is I have to prove myself worthy of them. I have an amazing crew that I'm privileged to work with. I could go on ad nauseum about each and every one of them.
They're good.
But I assume we'll be meeting them all in turn eventually.
Eventually. So make sure you tune in for future episodes of Snipping Out the Staff.
So I just approach it that way. I have to prove myself worthy of calling myself their manager.
Right. Well, I've heard nothing but praise, but we said Johnny on the spot 2 times, and that reminds me, you have a dog named Johnny, don't you?
I have a dog named Johnny. I actually, it was through the company that my wife, Jacqueline, and we met at the Humane Society, adopted him. One of our daycare clients also fosters for the Arizona Animal Welfare League. We would babysit for her through the company when she would go out of town. And one of these times it was for a new mother and her 2-week-old litter, and they all had celebrity names. So there was a Miley Cyrus, a Candice Bergen, and a Johnny Depp.
Miley Cyrus and Candice Bergen in the same litter?
It was a pretty diverse litter.
Boy, that was a long birth, wasn't it? But you got Johnny Depp out of the deal.
We got Johnny Depp. We actually fell in love with the little guy before we even knew his name.
Right.
And we just kept track of him throughout the whole fostering process, and as soon as he came up for adoption, we snapped him up.
Snapped him up.
Yeah,
excellent.
He just turned 2.
He's adorable. I hear he's also the star of his training class. Is that true?
He is. He's a natural at it. He, you know, it'd be nice if he displayed that kind of obedience outside of class, but when he knows teachers watching, he's a really good kid. He's a very sharp little guy.
He's very cute. We're going to show a picture of him on the screen if we haven't already, to show everybody how handsome he looks, just like his dad, by the way. Nice long dark hair, nice beautiful smile, and always has something nice to say. So if you weren't working with animals, what else would you be doing with your life?
I really couldn't imagine my life not working with animals, at least in some regard.
Okay, so we're stuck with you forever.
Whether you like it or not.
Good news! Excellent! And Tom's in the background clapping. Oh, here's the applause. I want that applause for you to go, yay! Right? And so tell us a little bit more. Are you strictly a dog person, or can you tolerate other species as well?
I love them all. I love dogs, love cats. I've had plenty of both all my life. Helped take care of birds. I had a rat. Love ferrets. Basically, you name it, and chances are, I like it.
So Chris, you've told us that you like dogs, and it's apparent that you do. Any other species that you particularly fancy?
Just about anything, really. I had a rat when I was a kid. I bonded really closely to a little mouse when I was working at the Humane Society. My brother has a particularly affectionate ball python that I took care of for a couple of weeks.
Affectionate ball python.
That's what I thought, but Monty's a cuddler.
Monty.
Monty Python.
Monty Python. You heard it here first. That's very cute. And cats? Are we into cats?
Love them. They're similar to dogs, yet distinct all on their own. They're just funny.
They are funny. You have some of your own, so we know that you want to give a shout out. Hey guys, or something.
Hey kids.
Be good.
Yeah.
So what else haven't I asked you, Chris, that you think that everybody out there really would like to know about the real Chris Irons?
I don't know.
What do you like to do in your spare time?
My spare time?
Do you have any?
No.
If you had spare time, what would you like to be doing?
Oh, if I had spare time, couldn't even imagine. I
You look like a guy who likes to ride motorcycles. I mean, do you do anything like that?
No,
No?
not really. It's been such a long time since I've been able to indulge in a hobby. I don't know. I like spending time with my family, love spending time with my animals, taking them for walks, playing with them, watching movies with, or rather around them, because they like to perch right here.
I thought only my kids like to do that. My God, you're blocking the screen.
Yeah, down in front.
Do they have favorite movies? Do you have to watch like the Disney films, or do they like adventure or horror films? What do they like?
They like car chases.
Car chases?
Yeah.
Do they pretend that they're chasing the bumpers?
I don't know. I think they think it's a cat toy racing across the screen. It's all there for their amusement.
There you go. Hey, everything in life is for their amusement.
Absolutely, they're cats.
Absolutely. So Chris, leave us with something that you know that if people could ask you but were afraid to, they would. Tell us what they want to know.
Okay. This is my real hair color.
Aha! And by the way, it is also his real hair. When was the last time you cut it?
Oh, just before I started here, so going on 5 years.
5 years. He's like Hercules. If you cut off his hair, there goes his strength. So keep the hair, Chris. On you, it looks good.
Thank you.
So we've been here sniffing out the staff on VLP TV. That's Villa La PAWS Cage-Free Pet Resort and Spa. And you've been learning more about Chris Irons, the manager at Villa La PAWS on Bell. We'll be back with you again next month with some more staff to be sniffing out.